Hello and welcome to livealittlehigher.com. Today we learn Mishna 18 from chapter 3 from Pirkei Avot, where Rabbi Akiva was accustomed to say, "Beloved is man, for he was created in God's image. It is indicative of a greater love that it was made known to him that he was created in God's image. As it said, for in the image of God he made man." This is in Genesis 9:6. Then he continues to say, "Beloved are the people of Israel, for they are described as the children of the omnipresent. It is indicative of a greater love that it was made known to them, that they are described as the children of the omnipresent. As it is said, you are children of Hashem, your God. Beloved are the people of Israel, for a cherished utensil was given to them. It is indicative of a greater love that it was made known to them, that they are given a cherished utensil, as it said, for I have given you a good teaching. Do not forsake my Torah." So this is a very long Mishnah, and it's a very deep Mishnah. And it really is talking about self-esteem. What is self-esteem? Most people have it all wrong. Most people think that if you're beautiful and you're charming and you are successful, you will have good self-esteem. External factors are what are going to give you a good feeling about yourself. If you're a bad student and you didn't go to a good college and you work in a not such important business, then people think this person should have low self-esteem. But here, Rabbi Akiva is teaching us completely different. He's telling us that good self-esteem comes from knowing who you are. And who are you? You are made in the image of God. Every one of us in this world was created in the image of God. What does that mean? Do we look like Hashem? No. Physically, no. Hashem doesn't look like us. He's an infinite being. Obviously, he's not gonna look like us. He doesn't have a corporeal existence. He's infinite, whatever that means. What it means is that Hashem created within us attributes that can emulate Hashem. So we all have these 10 sefirot, these 10 attributes, 3 intellectual, chokhmah, bina, dat. This is how our head works. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And wisdom, understanding, and knowledge. And then we have all these emotional faculties, which is hesed, which is kindness, and gevura, which is discipline, and tiferet, which is harmony. And then you have netzach, which is endurance, and you have humility, hod, and yesod is bonding, and malhut is kingship, dignity. We all have this in ours. We all have it. So if you are a good student or a bad student, this should not affect, really, this is not what makes you have a good self-esteem. What should give you a good self-esteem is to know that you were created in the image of God, and He gave you tools and He gave you potential. And when you live up to the tools and the potential that God gave you, you're living up to who you are and purposefully, and you are living with the intention of doing in this world what you're meant to be doing, whatever that job God gave you, with His faculties, using them, then you have good self-esteem because you feel good about yourself. You can be the richest man, owning the biggest business, having the most intelligence, and all these means, but at the end of the day, you can feel like a nothing. So this is what Rabbi Akiva is teaching us, which is very important to understand. And then he says that beloved are the people of Israel, for they are described as the children of the omnipresent. It is indicative of a greater love that it was made known to them that they are described as children of the omnipresent. So together with the knowledge that one has a divine spirit, right, and the awareness that one is a child of God, can greatly impact a person's behavior. But to know that you're Jewish, and today, in today's age and in every age, being Jewish is not the easy way out, really. we're not the chosen people because we're the better kids. No, that's not the reason Hashem chose us. This is not the reason. The reason is that God gave the Jewish people a responsibility. And that's why we're so beloved, because we are the light to the nations. We are the ones that give morality to the world through the Torah. And when a Jew is connected to this truth and he is in this world with this feeling of mission, that you have a mission in this world, you have something that you have to give to the world, through your life, the way you live, the way you think, the way you speak, the way you act as a Jew, then this is also a very high self-esteem. Because you could think, oh my God, God gave me this responsibility. He really believes in me. He really thinks I'm capable to do this job for him. Wow. It's like when you have a business and the mailman, the kid in the office that brings the mail, and one day you take him to the side and you say, I see that you have better qualities than just distributing mail. I think I'm gonna upgrade your job. I see that you have these very special skills to do design in the computer. How is this kid gonna feel? Like $1 million? Like, wow, they trust me, they believe in me. I can do this. So this is how the Jewish people should behave, and this is the way the Jewish people should believe. Hashem didn't make us the chosen better people. We're not the better people. We have a big job to fill. But when we do it with love and with hakaras hatov, with gracefulness to Hashem, that He gave us this job, that He believes in us, that He trusts in us, then we're gonna be living with a sense of dignity to be a Jew. And then at the end, He tells us that beloved are the people of Israel, for a cherished utensil was given to them. It is indicative of a greater love, that it was made known to them that they were given a cherished utensil. As it says, for I have given you a good teaching, do not forsake my Torah. So He not only gave us a job, He gave us the Torah. This is the most precious thing that Hashem ever has. It's His blueprint of creation. It's His Torah. And it says in the Midrash that when Moshe Rabbeinu went up to bring the Torah down, the angels were crying, and they were telling Hashem, please don't give it to them. It's a treasure. They're not gonna take care of it. They're never gonna be able to know the worth of it. They're not gonna be grateful for it. They're gonna feel it's a burden. They're not gonna see what it really means. And Moshe Rabbeinu looked at the angels and he said to them, I'm sorry, you're not human. Do you feel jealousy? And they looked at each other and says, no, we don't feel jealousy. Do you have parents that you have to honor? No, we don't have parents that we have to honor. Are you ever hungry that you don't have money to buy food and maybe you'll end up stealing? No, that doesn't happen to us. Will you ever be jealous or envious of your neighbor because he has a nicer house? No, we don't have a house. So Moshe Rabbeinu convinced Hashem and says, you see, they don't need the Torah. They don't have to refine themselves. They don't need this. But we do. If we don't have this treasure, if we don't have this way of life, that's this guide in our lives, how can we ever be able to fulfill the purpose for which you created us? And so we see here that we have this dignity inside of us. We're gonna be able to have true self-esteem. And we see from the tzaddikim, we learn so many things of the service of Hashem, of how we should really think and believe and act. It says that when the patriarch Jacob met his son Joseph after 22 years of being separated, they embraced and Joseph cried. But Jacob didn't cry. Instead, he said the Shema Israel, and he didn't cry. Why did Jacob recite the Shema Israel at such a moment? Why didn't he just embrace his son and cry? So it says, because Jacob felt that so intense a feeling as that which he was experiencing at that moment should be directed to the highest goal possible, which is God. So we're not tzaddikim, we're far away from it. But when we understand that everything that we have in the world is for Hashem, it should be given to Him. And It's our opportunity. He's giving us the opportunity. He's giving us the gift of life, of being able to be here. We're not going to be entitled people. I deserve. That way you will never have a self-esteem. But when you look at your life, you say, wow, God put me in this world. Wow, He gave me this kid. He gave me this husband. I have to learn how to love them. I have to learn how to take out the best of them. I'm going to do it for Him. You're going to live a complete different life. It's not about you anymore. It's about Him. So I leave you here. I wish you a beautiful week. And remember, live a little higher. Thank you.